Have you ever heard of a place so mysterious that ships vanish without a trace, planes disappear from the sky, and even the laws of physics seem to twist? A stretch of ocean whispered about for centuries. A place that has captured imaginations, sparked countless theories, and terrified sailors and pilots alike. They call it the Bermuda Triangle. But what if the truth was far stranger than fiction? What if beneath the myths and legends lies a darker reality? One hidden behind secrecy, science, and stories governments would rather you forget. Tonight, we'll unlock the vault and dive deep into the world's most infamous mystery. Welcome to the Vault of Chronos. Let's set the stage. The Bermuda Triangle is not an official region you'll find on maps, but it's generally defined as the area between Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico, a deceptively calm-looking stretch of the Atlantic Ocean, about 500,000 square miles of water. But within this triangle, stories of disappearances go back hundreds of years. Christopher Columbus, during his 1492 voyage, wrote in his journal about strange lights in the sky and a malfunctioning compass as he sailed near the region. His crew panicked, but Columbus downplayed the incident. Still, the first whispers of something unusual had begun. Fast forward centuries, and the legend only grew stronger. Ships reported vanishing without distress calls. Pilots flew into the region and were never seen again. Survivors spoke of bizarre weather, sudden storms, and instruments going haywire. The Bermuda Triangle became a graveyard of mysteries. But are these stories real, or is it all an exaggeration? No mystery lives without legends, and the Bermuda Triangle has plenty. USS Cyclops, 1918. A massive U.S. Navy cargo ship, carrying over 300 men and thousands of tons of coal, disappeared somewhere between Barbados and Baltimore. No wreckage, no distress call. Just gone. To this day, it's the single largest loss of life in U.S. Navy history, unrelated to combat. Flight 19, 1945. Perhaps the most famous case. 5 U.S. Navy bombers took off from Fort Lauderdale on a training mission. Experienced pilots, clear skies. Hours later, they became disoriented. Radio transmissions revealed their compasses weren't working. The squadron vanished. A rescue plane sent after them also disappeared. 6 planes, 27 men, erased in one night. The Witchcraft, 1967, a luxury cabin cruiser, less than a mile off the coast of Miami. The captain radioed the Coast Guard, saying his ship had hit something but wasn't in danger. Within minutes, when rescuers arrived, no ship, no crew, nothing. These stories spread across headlines, fueling fear and fascination. But here's the haunting question. How can so many massive machines, steel ships, military aircraft, just vanish without a trace? The disappearances demanded explanations. And so, the theories began. Magnetic anomalies. Some researchers believe the triangle is one of the few places on Earth where true north and magnetic north align, causing compasses to spin wildly. If pilots trusted their instruments too much, they could fly straight into the ocean. Methane gas explosions. Beneath the ocean floor, massive pockets of methane gas could suddenly erupt, reducing water density. A ship floating normally could suddenly sink like a stone, leaving no trace. Sudden rogue waves. The Atlantic is notorious for storms. Rogue waves towering over 100 feet high can appear without warning. Modern satellite data proves they exist, and could easily capsize ships or take planes down during low-altitude flight. Time warps. Dimensional portals. But some theories go beyond science. Stories of pilots flying through strange clouds and emerging hundreds of miles away in seconds. Survivors reporting missing time. Could the triangle be a natural portal? A tear in space-time itself? Alien abductions. Of course, no mystery is complete without extraterrestrial whispers. Some theorists suggest UFOs may use the triangle as a base of operations, explaining the lights Columbus saw or the vanishings without wreckage. But despite the chilling tales, many scientists argue the Bermuda Triangle isn't more dangerous than any other part of the ocean. The U.S. Coast Guard points out that thousands of ships and planes cross the area safely every year. Insurance companies don't charge higher rates for travel through the region. In fact, many so-called mysteries can be explained. The Cyclops? Likely sunk during a storm. Flight 19? Pilots became disoriented, ran out of fuel, and crashed into the sea. Witchcraft? Possibly capsized or drifted away before sinking. So, is the Bermuda Triangle just a myth? Here's where it gets interesting. Because while skeptics dismiss the mystery, there are still cases that remain unexplained. Wreckages that should have been found never were. Instruments that should never fail did. Entire crews that should have left something behind didn't. Science explains a lot, but not everything. Now let's talk about what governments don't say. Over the decades, countless military reports about the triangle have been classified. Families of the missing were often given vague answers, or none at all. Why hide details unless there's something bigger? Some whistleblowers claim that experiments with advanced navigation, radar, even time manipulation were tested in the Atlantic, possibly overlapping with Bermuda's mystery zone. Others suggest governments prefer the triangle's reputation as just a myth, because if the truth were revealed, panic could ensue. Is the Bermuda Triangle dangerous? Or is it dangerous for us to know why? Even in modern times, disappearances continue. In 2015, the cargo ship El Faro vanished during Hurricane Joaquin. 33 crew lost. The wreck was eventually found, but only after intense searches. Small planes still vanish every few years in the Triangle. In 2017, a twin-engine aircraft disappeared off the coast of the Bahamas. No survivors, no clear cause. And strange reports persist, from fishermen describing glowing waters to pilots reporting bizarre cloud formations. The Bermuda Triangle may not swallow ships daily, but its legend endures because mysteries still happen here. So what is the Bermuda Triangle? A deadly coincidence of storms, magnetic anomalies, and human error. A natural wonder, or a supernatural one, or perhaps something governments prefer we never fully understand. What's certain is this: the Triangle remains one of the most enduring mysteries of our world, and whether science or secrecy explains it, its dark legend continues to capture imaginations. This was the Vault of Chronos. If you want to uncover more hidden truths, forgotten scandals, and dark mysteries, hit subscribe and step deeper into the vault.